welcome to this fifth episode of Forex Beginners class. This is Great FX. Right now, we're going to talk about chart patterns and then support and resistance zones. Let's head straight on. So right now on the screen, you can see the different chart patterns we have: double top, double bottom, flag, wedge, very head and shoulder, pennants, and all of that. So I leave you with this to go make research more on it, but then I'm just going to show you two of them, double top and double bottom, and how it works. I think there's a style similar to all chart patterns. Is either the breakout or the break and retest. So right now we're going to head straight to the charts to see how those chart patterns are used. So the double top is like this, goes like this. Like when the market is moving and then it comes, let's say the market moves up and then it just comes like this before it moves down, breaks like this. Now this is called a double top chart pattern. All right, this is called a double top, and this is the double top here. This is the double top here. All right, that is the double top there. Then this down here where it's broke is called the neckline. All right, so when it breaks, when it broke it came and retested. Remember that break and retest, that's how the market moves in wave. So when it was broken, the market retested it. All right, so this is called double top. And double bottom is, so okay, how do we use it? You would want to sell from here. So when you see the market move like this, create double top and breaks it, you expect that when it retests to this point, all right, you would want to sell from here downwards. That's how you trade double top. Then double bottom is the same thing. It's just the opposite. Now when the market comes from the top and then comes like this, creates something like this, and then it moves up, it breaks this high here. All right, that's the support, turns it to resistance. This we expect that we'll be buying. All right, so now the double bottom is here. This is a double bottom. All right, and then this is the neckline. So when the market breaks the neckline, it broke the neckline, we expect that it will retest and then move up. Now there are two types of break. There is immediate breakout and break and retest. So this is a break and retest. When the market broke it, see, the market broke, right, and then it retested, and before it came down. But sometimes the market does not break and retest. That's why you have to choose the kind of strategy you want to trade with in the market. Now sometimes when the market moves like this, creates the double top, instead of coming down and retesting again, it just moves down straight. So this is called immediate breakout. So usually sometimes chart patterns, the immediate breakout happen or break and retest. For me, I particularly trade break and retest. So this is double top and double bottom chart patterns. I don't know if we can find it in the market. Let's try to find it. Let's go to USD JPY and try to look for whether we'll see a double top there or a double bottom. USD JPY. All right, remember, you don't just, all these things I'm teaching you singly, we don't use them individually. we join them together and we call it confluence. All right, so that's one thing we need to learn. I'm just showing you individually so that you will get it, because you don't know it once. Like, it's hard to get it once altogether. So this double top, right? You see the market came like this, hit it, hit it, and then it now broke it here. Okay, that breakage was not very clear like that. It was not actually very clear. So it broke it actually like this and retested. But you see, there are other things involved. So the market did not actually pull down, but then I'm just showing you that's a double top. So there are other things involved. That's why you don't just trade only the chart patterns. There are other things to look out for. For example, if you realize that, if you watch very well, we have talked about trend line. You see that there's a trend line around that side. All right, so you would not want to trade against the trend. You see, if you remember trend line, this is one touch, two touches. Now the third time you're expecting that it will bounce off and you are going to be buying. So even if you see this double top and then the market broke it and it retested the neckline, but it came and touched the trend line, you will be careful there. But then just familiarize yourself with this, with the double top and the double bottom chart pattern. So you go through your chart. It's sometimes not looking very straight. So if you're expecting it to look straight, it's not looking straight the way I drew it. This is the chart. This is the real thing. So don't expect it to be looking very, very straight. All right, this is the reality. So this double top, look at it. This double top. All right, this is an immediate break. There's no retest there. So that is double top. Now let's keep scrolling the chart. You can play with your charts. Go to your charts, try to look for double top and double bottom. Sometimes the two legs are not actually equal. Sometimes it's equal, sometimes it's not equal. All right, so this is a double bottom created, came like this. You see, it broke it, came and retested the neckline. You seen it now? Retested the neckline and pushed to the upside. That is a chart pattern, double top and double bottom. So I would leave you to go and research other chart patterns. You can go to Google and type chart patterns and you see different chart patterns. You can see the double top here, 1, 2, and then immediate breakout, no retest happened there. So you just keep scrolling, double top, double bottom. You can find it around. All right, guys. So right now we'll begin to talk about support and resistance right now. So please research double top, chart patterns. If you are confused about it, you can ask question. You can drop questions for me in the comment section. So let's so right now we are going to talk about support and resistance zones, which is very, very important. So assuming the market was moving like this, 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 and then like this. Now this is actually, if the market was moving like this down part where the market respects, each time price comes here, price touches it and bounces off, the down part is called support. So it's just like, you know, when something is falling down, you are holding it, you are supporting. So that's the picture. The resistance, the up part that price touch, each time price touches this top part, it bounces down, is called resistance. So it's just like you're trying to jump up and then something keeps hitting your head down. So that is resistance. Now these levels, these support and resistance levels are very, very important when you are trading. So you'll be wanting to mark them in your chart. All right, you'll be wanting to mark them in your chart. But then, so let's go to the chart quickly and try to look for support and resistance level. Now let me state out something. When the market breaks out of this when the market breaks out of this support level like this, all right, it usually moves aggressively. So maybe as it breaks out, it might just retest. I think we have talked about retest. It might retest and then continue to the upside. All right, so it's very important for you to be able to find support and resistance zone in your chart. Now let's come to this chart and try to mark out support and resistance zone. So look here now. Right now, as you can see, this is a resistance zone. So the market touched this zone. It touched it the first time here, touched it the second time. So you see that when the market touched it, it bounced off. All right, now there are some support zones that are very strong. Sorry, resistant, not support, resistant. So there are some zones, resistance and support zones, that are very strong, while others are not very strong. So look at this top here. This top, this point here like this was a resistance zone before. All right, now resistance and support zone could also be like this. We did that in the previous video. Like when the market is moving like this in waves, like this, like this, like this, and like this. Now a quick one here. The top, this top it created here, this is a support. So this is a resistance. You see that? So this was a resistance, and then the market broke the resistance and turned it to support. So this is the support. Are you seeing it now? So the market broke the resistance and turned it to support, and then so this was the new resistance. Remember, the top point like is resistance. All right, so we could draw it like this. Like this. So you can see now, you can see here clearly what's happened, that this was resistance, right? And the market move broke the resistance and turned it into a support. This resistance was turned to a support. So you can see. So now this is the new resistance. This is the new resistance. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Support, support, support. So a resistance zone can be very strong, like the one I showed you, this one here. It means that very strong means that each time the market touched it in the past, it bounced off. All right, this resistance, this kind of resistance, this one here is not very strong. So the market, this was the resistance. When the market broke it, it just broke it once and retested and continued to the upside. All right, so that is that's a weak resistance. But then when the market keeps respecting that zone, like look at this place right now, this particular place, you can see that the resistance was here, right? So the market hit the resistance and broke it, and then it now retested and turned it to support, and it hit it again. Now when the market hits it here, when the market hits this point here, it created what? It created a resistance. It came down, touched here, created a support. It hit here again, created resistance, and bounced off a little bit before it broke. So that zone was getting a little bit strong, but not that strong. So let's look for strong resistance, different resistance and support zones. All right. So now, as you can see, as you can see here, this was a resistance. This point here was a resistance zone, and you can see how the market broke the resistance zone and retested, broke it, and then retested and continued to the upside. So that is it. It now created a support here. All right, this is support here. It created support. So support. So you should go to your chart and play with it. Try to look for support and resistance zone. Support and resistance zone. All right, support and resistance zones. Just play with it. Play with it. So you can see Now let's come here. Let's come here quickly. I can see something here. Right here, I can see that's this point. All right, the market. Do you notice something here now? Do you notice another thing here now? Do you notice this? So you can see that when the market touched here, it bounced down. It touched this point here and then it bounced down. That means this place is the resistance right now. So when it bounced, it now touched here. So this now is support, and it played here, came back again, touched it. I see now. So these two touches showed you that this resistance, this support zone is getting stronger. Do you understand that the support zone is getting stronger? And then the market hit this resistance again, came down, came up to this point again. All right, came up to this point, hit the resistance zone and dropped to the support. So it has touched this resistance zone so that zone was touched how many times? So the number of times that the market price touches a zone and respects it, that tells you how strong that zone is. All right, so as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, before it broke it. So you can see 1, 2, 3. All right, so this is a support and resistance. So you go to your chart and try to look for. Now the way to take note of support and resistance zone is that whenever the market comes around a support zone, all right, when the market breaks a resistance, it turns to support, because the market does not move straight, it moves in wave. So that's what I'm trying to explain to you all here. All right, so if the market breaks, since you know that this is a resistance zone, so when the market breaks the resistance zone, you expect that it will come and turn that resistance to support. So when it's turning to support, you know that this support zone, this point now, is a potential point to buy. All right, or like in this instance, if you see that a support zone is very strong, that each time the market comes to a particular support zone, it bounces off. It means that when you now see the market approaching, like at this point, now you know that as soon as the market comes to this point, you will begin to buy, because you have a confirmation that the market will bounce off when it comes there. Same with the resistance zone. All right, so you see this resistance zone is quite strong. So you can see that the market hit it 1, hit it 2, hit it 3, like that, you know, and then it keeps bouncing. So when the markets, let's say the market was approaching this particular place like this, you will expect to sell from there downwards, because that's a resistance zone. All right, so go to your chart and try to look for resistance, support, resistance. Just play with it, resistance, support. Now let me show you something here. So now what was this? Is this a support? This place here, is it a support or resistance? Is that a support or a resistance? Correct, you got it. That was a support zone. And when the market broke the support zone, what happened? The market broke the support, turned it to resistance. Are you seeing now? So this is now a potential zone to sell from. So if you sell from that point, you will make profit. All right, if you sell from that point down, if you had cut that and you sell, you make profit. All right, so that's the gist. So support was here, market broke the support, turned it to resistance, and then dropped down. That is it, guys. That is it. So play with it. Support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance. Let's keep scrolling through the chart and find potential support and resistance zone. Now, as you can see, although this is a ranging market, but then actually in a ranging market, it's even support and resistance majorly. But then I just want you to play with it and familiarize yourself. Support, resistance. Now what you will need to learn is how to mark it out. There's no particularly special rule, but then the point is that where the market touches very well, where price touches and bounces off very well, that is a support zone. When I begin to talk about my strategy, I will go more specific on how I mark support and resistance zone. So whatever we do here, I want you to go research more into it, go practice it over and over again, so that you are going to master it. All right, so this is it for support and resistance zone. So play with your chart. Look for support and resistance zones. Support and resistance. That when the market breaks a support zone, it turns it into resistance. And then vice versa in the other direction. So that is it, guys. That is it. So today's lecture is very short. We'll continue by tomorrow. In the next episode 6. So if you have a question, drop it in the comment section. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and probably to share. Thank you very much. Catch you in the next episode. Peace out.